great idea of what they were aiming for. Now, critics might call this work done, but when it comes to water, how can you want anything more powerful than a super soaking pressure washer that's literally a blast to use? I'm Carlo News for CNN 10.
Get out of here. Caught off the
Pushing all the wrong buttons.
Tonight, Elon Musk's roadster in space was seen across the Southwest. This is video of a third bird sending the roadster toward its final orbit. Today's successful launch of the Falcon Heavy marked a historic leap for Hawthorne's SpaceX. It sent a Starman, riding Elon Musk's personal Tesla toward Mars. And CBS 2's Crystal Cruz reports it laid a path for humans to reach the red planet someday, too.
In the sky over Victorville, that little dot appears to be a Tesla Roadster in space. Suddenly, a burst and a flare, the car thrust into an asteroid belt on its way to its permanent orbit. With the most powerful rocket in the world, Falcon Heavy launched into space from Florida.
And there may be no tab audio once again, because my tab audio sometimes doesn't work. So it may not be on. But I'll put a link down below. I'll leave you guys to play it free on.
Simultaneously, must realize crazy things come true.
This is totally the most exciting thing I've ever seen, literally ever.
Like releasing the payload, a midnight red Tesla Roadster with a mannequin named Starman, wearing a real spacesuit into space, while David Bowie's Space Oddity played on the loop.
And what's listed as on the dashboard says
11,000 miles an hour
with a tiny station.
And 2,200 miles away,
So you can hear everything in the background.
high school students want to launch and hope to one day work for SpaceX.
It was so exciting. Yeah.
At Hawthorne High School, engineering is cool. Thanks to Hawthorne-based SpaceX, who donated some equipment to a program taught by
No.
Hawthorne native Lucas Pacheco.
Go ahead and find your film. Okay.
Students like Alex Lopez are building parts for NASA today, hoping one day to be part of the next giant leap for mankind.
So yeah, if I have opportunity, I'll go to space.
Musk hoping to eventually send humans into space, and as for that Tesla Roadster, it could be up there for millions of years. I'm Crystal Cruz in Hawthorne.
And I'm gonna have to end this video right here, so make sure y'all like the video.
Tonight, Elon Musk
And appreciate all of you on this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.
Hell no, to the no, no, no. Hell to the no, hell to the no, to the no, 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 no. Hell no, no, to the no, no, hell to the no, no.
So no one?
Huh?
Anyone need notes?
No.
Strike it.
Alright, hold on. Alright, hold on. Shut up. Shut up.
All right, we talked about the North and South. How the North was industrialized, the South was not. They relied upon agriculture, crops, cotton, indigo. Indigo was grown in Georgia. It was a dye. It made the color blue. South Carolina threatened to secede from the Union. You might have heard that before. They did it just over 30 years later. Tariff of abomination. That's a bill Congress passed on raw materials and manufactured goods. That was meant for the South. That was meant for the South. And that's what the South called that tax, the tariff of abomination. Remember, tariff is just a nice word for tax. Tariff is tax. Nullification crisis. Remember, John C. Calhoun was vice president to Andrew Jackson. They did not get along. Hey, don't use the F word. I could sit here all day. Are you all going to continue to talk back there? Shania, sit face first. Sit to the front. Go ahead and do what you're told. Sit in the front. No, put your legs in front. I could care less. Sit front. All right? All right, nullification crisis. That's what doctrine of nullification is. It's the right to nullify or say no to a federal law that they consider unconstitutional. A federal law that they think is unconstitutional. Definitions, tariff, states' right, nullification, Daniel Webster. All right, let's go ahead and watch the YouTube.
Sedition Act. The Alien Sedition Act. Hey guys, welcome to Hip Hughes History. Are you ready for some nullification? Because I got some on the stove that I'm cooking up for you with a side of Alien Sedition Act and Kentucky, Virginia resolutions. Let's see if we can't hit the conception of the Civil War out of the park today. So sit back, relax. Let's see if we can't do some of the learning on the YouTubes. Here we go. So why don't we start with who's your daddy? Do you know who your daddy is? Because who's your daddy is outlined in the Constitution. I bet you didn't know that. Article 6 is the Supremacy Clause. And in federalism, where we have a division of power between the federal government and the states, the Constitution is clearly, the federal government's rule book, the law of the land. So it kind of gives them the upper hand in federalism. And of course, you have states' rights in the Constitution, clearly, really defined in the 10th Amendment. All power not delegated to the federal government is reserved, for the states. So the concept of nullification comes up early in American history with the Alien Sedition Act and the Kentucky, Virginia Resolution. So what is nullification? Nullification is a states' rights term that is going to be developed in this lecture through the Kentucky, Virginia resolutions, which basically means that we can accept the Supremacy Clause, kind of the concept that the federal government has the right, in a sense, to tell the states what virus you heard about. What hospitalized virus free. All of those coronavirus is safe. And we have to help the the events safe. They'll be doing the security checks at 20 of the venues where events are held. So the opening ceremonies are scheduled for Friday. Events will actually start to take the field.
So when do the Olympics start? Anyone know? Tomorrow, yes. They have the opening ceremony.
people sick. About 20 million people a year get sick with norovirus in the United States. 800 people die, about 6,000 die. Norovirus is the #1 cause of influenza. Infected field workers, they're responsible for about 70% of the norovirus outbreaks in this country.
That's not true.
When people get norovirus, they get vomiting and diarrhea. Another reason norovirus is so powerful
Those percentages are nowhere near the historic market crashes of 1987 very strong.
Hell no, to the no, no, no. Hell to the no, hell to the no, to the no, 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 no. Hell no, no, to the.
The way to decrease the high cost of spaceflight, Falcon Heavy's 3 rocket boosters are designed to land
Okay, he's not.